Hola, buenos días. Es Nico.
Shit, I am a replica. I'm the same bitch, the same everything. I am of the sort. These bitches are built like me, built for me. You could not.
So today, I'm here to talk about when your preferences don't prefer you. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those videos. Again, I feel like I make these kind of I make these kind of videos all the time. So essentially, I'm having to address one of my favorite porn stars. Like I said, he's not in top 10, but he's up there. Like, he's one of those names that I knew growing up. So I recognize him. He's an attractive man, Boomer Banks. He's short and he has tattoos, so you guys know I'm like, nah. But yeah, so essentially he caught fire for addressing something that we've all been saying for years. He essentially said that Grindr is not geared towards people of color. I'm inserting it here, that's why I'm doing this motion, if I remember during editing. He said that Grindr isn't essentially for people of color and he feels excluded and blah, 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 blah. And people are starting to address him like Just Henry did. I remember I added Just Henry in a video when I was talking about victim blaming. So essentially he said, I am completely with this argument, but at the same time, this is coming from a person who has historically only worked with predominantly white porn actors. And the thing is, with Boomer Banks, he has worked with a lot of white men. So his entire brand, I've rarely seen him work with a black person or a person darker than a brown paper bag. I always bring up this conversation because a lot of mainstream successful porn artists do not work with black people. It's the subtle hint of racism for me. But we all understand that that's just how they are. That's just how a lot of the gay community is. They chase after white men. But yeah, so he addressed it. And I completely agree, because the only time Boomer Banks, well, I've seen him work with a black person is when they are also very popular in the mainstream. For example, Raheem Shabazz. He got like fucked 6 ways from Sunday by Raheem. But also Raheem is very popular right now. So that's the only time he actually works with black people. Oh, well, he worked with Bo Banks. Bo Banks is not black. So we're not we're not gonna do that. Bo Banks is not black. And he also has a history of not working with black people. So it's like, don't use that as his excuse. So he even addressed it. So he retweeted Just Henry and he said, okay, well, I admit that I'm in the wrong and I'm gonna have to tackle these issues. I completely agree, I need to do better. And that's good, but that's also a question of, is it going to be just your words or are you going to prove this through action? Because, as we know, people will say one thing and then do the complete opposite. So when he was addressed further, because a lot of black people, like, we called it out because someone said, okay, well, you understand that you're mostly having these problems because on these apps where you're feeling excluded and discriminated against, you're chasing after white people and you are not their preferred demographic. Like, white people usually like other white people. Like, some black people like other black people. Unfortunately, in people of color communities, especially in the LGBT community, it is pushed that you get with a white guy. Because that's all we see in gay mainstream media is white men being chased after another race or white men with other white men. So it makes sense that we've all been indoctrined into chasing after them. Like, the gay white form is put at the pedestal of the gay community. Like I always say, I personally don't know why I haven't watched white porn in years. Like, I'm being honest, like at this point, I don't actively look at white porn. If a white guy is having sex with an attractive person of color and they are also attractive, I don't mind it. But I rarely ever see like just white men having sex. That's not really my preference. Because I told you guys, I kind of like removed myself from the Eurocentric standards of beauty. So when we get back to the conversation, essentially he said, okay, well, I acknowledge that and I understand, you know, I have been subjected to media, porn, you know, like in the gay industry, we notice that white men are pushed upon us, like I said, and he said, that's what happened to me. I understand what you're saying and I'm gonna try to address it. You know, I'm gonna have to actually sit back and change my views. And that's all well and done, but at the same time, it all falls back down to, are you going to do this in practice? Because a lot of people will just say stuff to shut you up and then they'll just continue about their bullshit. So I'm not gonna necessarily attack him because, like I said, he seems to be understanding. He seems to be saying, I'm taking in what you're saying, I'm gonna try to be different. But at the same time, no offense to Boomer Banks, because like I said, he's one of my faves. It's just your career is almost up. Like, I understand he's a staple in gay culture and a lot of people know him, but if you look at his numbers, he doesn't necessarily have a lot of engagement on his page. Maybe his OnlyFans is different because a lot of people don't reshare porn, but at the same time, I've seen porn videos that get like 12K, 3K per vid, and his videos get maybe like a couple hundred. So it's not like it's not like he's at the top of his career now, so he can't really make a revolutionary change. If he starts sleeping with black people on camera, whoop-de-doo. I mean, I'm probably not gonna sleep with him because I don't know him. So it's like, if you just start sleeping with black people, that's great for diversity, but at the same time, it's not really gonna affect either his career or my personal life, so I can't really get too upset about it. I mean, obviously he's gonna make his videos more watchable because I'll be able to relate to it, but like, dive into the fantasy, because that's why I like black porn, because it's like, okay, well, I see people that look like me, so I'm obviously gonna feel more connected to the content. So if he does start sleeping with black people, that's wonderful. If he doesn't, it's not really gonna change his brand, because at this point, like I said, he's no longer at the height of his career, so it's not really going to do damage if he continues to fuck white people. So it was an interesting discussion because we've all acknowledged how Grindr is geared towards white people. So to see sex workers who have predominantly focused and or chased after white people in their career comment on this is very interesting. It's like when Max Connor, I forgot exactly what he said, but he was calling out the racism within the industry, and we all had to sit back and go, well, we can't rightfully defend you because you've predominantly slept with white men and you've made excuse after excuse for them. So for example, for him, I know this isn't a video about him, but I'm just going to address why I brought it up, because he was talking about the inequality and how he's not being properly respected in the industry and he should be getting this and blah, 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 blah. Black performers should be getting that. And I agree, black performers should be getting more in the industry. They should be getting a lot more recognition, because when we see the people of color list of awards, I'm not gonna be like, some of these people follow me, so I'm not going to try to attack them. But it's like, for people of color that won the awards, they made a post about it for like the adult industry awards. I know I'm like all over the place. I'm going to get back to Max Connor. But basically, the adult industry awards acknowledged Chirac, Brock Banks. He's a cutie. I like Brock Banks. Brock Banks, and they acknowledged D'Angelo. D'Angelo, he gets on my nerves. Just because D'Angelo is the perfect package. He has face, he has body, he has ass. And his porn is boring. Because he not only fucks predominantly white men, like I don't think I've ever seen him fuck a black person. Yeah, but if I'm being honest, like I don't even think I saw him fucking Max Connor. And Max Connor is like the token that you pass around. I don't think I ever saw them fuck. So it's like, I see him fuck predominantly white men, if only white men, because I don't watch. But it's all boring because he fucks like he fucks white men. You know what I mean? Like it's not like energetic. It's not passionate. He's just there for a check and it shows. I mean, that's the sad part, because he's beautiful. Like, he is the perfect, like, I'm gonna insert a picture of him. D'Angelo is perfection. Like, physical perfection. It's disappointing that he's, Tamara Mowry. But yeah, so, Max Connor, for example, he did multiple superhero porn parodies where he was the Black Panther, and he was yelling "Wakanda forever" as he ejaculated into white and Asian men. Then a video surfaced of him and Alexio, I forgot his name, some vague OnlyFans star whose popularity was like 2 years ago. Essentially a video surfaced of their OnlyFans collaboration where Alessio was calling Max Connor the N-word, like nigga, and some people allege that they heard the ER in there, but I personally did not, so I can't confirm that. But when I watched the video, I heard him calling him a nigga, and Max Connor was like, I don't even remember this video, times have changed and I've grown from that, and I'm like, this was like a year ago. This video was made a year ago, so I doubt that you don't remember him calling you a nigga. So it's like, I say this in my videos all the time, you're cooning and buffooning, and you're expecting us to feel bad for you when you do these things. So when it comes down to Boomer Banks, we understand that it's not right and we all address it, but you've predominantly chased after white men, so you're getting a more exasperated, version of the rejection. Like, you're actively chasing them, so you're getting a lot more cases. But yeah, what are your opinions on this? I mean, I know we already talked about Grindr being geared towards like white men and not people of color, but what are your opinions on people of color sex workers who predominantly sleep and chase after white men, complaining about racism that they're dealing with because they're getting higher volumes of rejection because they're chasing after them? I would genuinely love this discussion. As per usual, I'm going to link all my social medias in the comments below. I'm not going to go through the whole follow me on this, and that, blah, 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 because I'm running out of time and I got to get on my live for Patreon. So I'm just going to have the links down below if you want some humor, you know, thirst traps, if you like video games, that kind of thing, want to help me pay my bills, it's all down there. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. And once again, a quick thank you to all my patrons on Patreon, and a quick shout out to my third eye tier patrons. Your support means everything to me and helps me do this a lot more smoothly. I will also be listing this week's live stream topic in case anybody wants to join in on the fun. I will see you guys there.